everybody, happy hump day Wednesday. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and welcome to all those who are new to the channel. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to thumbs up this video. So we are coming in today with dress number 4 of 10, and so this is the commercial pattern. Again, subscribe, because on the next video you will get the indie pattern. And so for those who are new to the channel, I am doing a 10-piece summer dress collection series where I chose 5 patterns from indie, 5 from commercial, and so different dress patterns. And so you're going to start getting those. I have pretty much have all my fabric for everything except for one. I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do for that last piece. But anyway, and shout out to this hair. So you guys, I have not worn my hair out. I know y'all not here for this, but your girl hair is growing and I'm super excited about it. I have my hair pulled up and back. It's up here and back. And look at this length, and this is up. I don't even have it down. So, and you all know, for those who are naturalistas, y'all know I usually do the protective style thing where my hair is usually pent up or something like that, or I rock a scarf or something. But today I was like, you know, it's hot. Trust me, it is hot. When I took these pictures, hot, okay? But I was like, I haven't worn my hair out in a minute, and it's going right back up, you guys, in a few days. But anyway, she is looking good. I can't believe she is up here, pulled up, and the length is down here from my hair being pulled up this high. So she is growing. Yes, I'm still on my journey to mid-back length, and she is getting there. What I am wearing is the Love Notions chorus top. You all know I did, I actually was a pattern tester, did a full review. I will leave a link up into the iCards if you want to check out the split sleeve, drapey cowl neck, and love it, love it, love it. So this is a caftan. I have made a caftan only twice before, but it was the same pattern because I actually do like it. It is the Closet Core Charlie caftan. I've made 2 of those, and so and I still have one of them. It's a little, ever so slightly big right now as I'm continuing on my weight loss journey. But anyway, so far as style of caftan, I see this as a totally different style. Even the one that you're going to get on Sunday, which should be the next video, is the Decades of Style TLC caftan. And you know what, sidebar, I almost messed up the fabric for that, but we're going to get into that in the next video. But this one, this here, this one, the style of this, which is Simplicity 9505, it is more fabric. Definitely more fabric than if you made the Charlie caftan, the Closet Core, if that's the only type of caftan you have made before. And a lot of the other caftans that you see as of late definitely call for like more fabric. And so this one, definitely I used up all of the fabric, okay? I'm gonna show you a clip. When I initially laid out the pattern pieces, because one of the pattern pieces you have to combine, or 2 of them, piece 5 and 8, which are the main panel pieces, you have to combine the pattern tissue paper together to get the whole piece. And so when I did that and initially laid it out on the fabric, it was overlapping by, I feel like it was like 8 inches. And so I knew, okay, I had to shorten this. And then plus, when I put it up against me, when I had it all taped together, I'm 5'7", you guys, for reference. But why was that thing dragging the ground? I'm thinking, okay, or maybe because both views are the same length, if I'm not mistaken. So my mission was to, for sure, get the full length of this fabric and be able to cut everything out. I want to utilize all of the fabric. And trust me, I did. I only had this little bit of scrap that you see pop up left, just some little pieces left, which is good. which is good. That's always the aim. And so the fabric, this is, for those who don't know, I am a brand ambassador for Minerva Fabrics. And so this was sent to me as a review. I will have the full blog post about the fabric and everything, more pictures, over on the Minerva blog. I will leave a link down to that below. But this is actually the let me make sure I get the right one. This is the Minerva exclusive. Their Enchanted Envision. It's called Enchanted Envision Eco Vero Viscose Linen Look. A lot of words. But it just feels like a linen blend. It feels closer to a linen, but it's drapey. It's definitely a linen blend. And it's supposed to be one of their more natural fibers. I have never worked with this fabric before. So a couple things out the gate. I did wash it. I did notice just ever so slightly a little bit of shrinkage in the fabric. And however, I did not notice any color loss when I wash the fabric. And I actually, when I get vibrant color fabrics, it doesn't matter who it's from like this, I always throw a color catcher in there. And so I had received this fabric and the fabric you'll see on Sunday. Both are from Minerva, and when I washed it, I do remember washing it in cold water, but I did throw a color catcher in there, so if it did bleed, you know, it's not going to bleed over each other, or because there is slight white in the background, I didn't want the colors to bleed off in there. I didn't know if it would, because I never worked with this fabric before, totally new to me. I will say it handled really well. However, one thing I will say, and I don't have a piece next to me to show you, this stuff frayed like the dickens. It frays like the dickens. So that was one thing that I did notice, like when I cut a seam or something, it frayed. It did fray. And I received for this from Minerva, for this particular print, 2.8 meters. And let me just share with you, sorry I'm off camera here, but I wanted to grab this pattern piece just so you understand what I'm saying. Because I did notice the fraying with the fabric, I used my stay tape. Now I have shared the different stay tape. If you have sew keys, I have this large roll, again walking off camera, getting this is fusible interfacing tape. I have a whole roll of it that I got off of Etsy. I can link to that shop, but I also use the sew keys. For this one, I use that one from Etsy, from the Etsy shop, because I have a lot of it for one. But this is the pattern piece front yoke. This is the front yoke, and this is piece number 6. And so you will notice, I'm going to come up a little closer here. You will notice there's this fold line. So you will end up folding this in, and that's where you get this V, right? You get your V. However, what I would recommend, actually for any fabric, I use it for this, but you're using a viscose or a rayon, something really drapey, put stay tape on the fabric right here, because what they have you do in the instructions is turn this edge in 1/4 inch, and then they have you fold it on the fold line to get this V, right? And so, you know, it looks nice and clean on the inside. Just so you can stabilize that area better, and you don't have to, and you won't maybe worry about any bulging or anything around the neckline, and it keeps it in place. I also use that same tape for the sleeve where I needed to turn under, because you do turn this under twice. And I'm going to share with you the inside, because full disclosure, I did way too much with this. I don't think this is a long, complicated sew at all. I made it complicated on myself, and I'll share with you why. Once I started working with it, I was like, okay, doing too much. And also, I use that same tape on the hem. And so, let me see if I can, I don't know if I'll be able to necessarily show you, but on the hem, because I just turned the hems under twice, I put that stay tape all around because it gives it more body and makes it more stable. I found not only did this fabric shift, again, this is my first time working with this fabric, I'm sorry, not only did it fray, but I found that it shifted quite a bit. And you know, you can work with those fabrics where maybe you cut out the pattern piece, even though you lay it flat, you can tell there's a little bit of a shift or wobbly in it, and I felt like this fabric did that. And so, however, I do think this is good fabric for for some culottes, some shorts, a top, caftan. Is definitely good fabric for this because it has a lot of body and a lot of movement. Now, where I kind of went, I think I went a little overboard for this, and I learned quickly, because my intention was, because you all know if I work with a rayon, something drapey fabric, I always like the French seam just because I like a clean finish. And I did French seam this entire dress. Doing too much. That was doing too much. A good serge would have did her. And let me tell you why. I think I did too much, and already learned for the next caftan, because this more pieces in the next one, but you'll see that in the next video. It was only, what, 5 pattern pieces I believe I marked down for this. And when I tell you the instructions for this are really easy. This is a really simple sew. I did, did I tell you I did view B. So I didn't do A, where you have all the contrasting features and details. I didn't do that version, but I did do view B. And very easy. It's only 5 pattern pieces. The size of this pattern, this is not, I would term, a size inclusive pattern, only because the pattern, as I understand it, comes in the size that I have, which only goes up to let me see here, where is that? I know I wrote that down. Okay, I had to go get the pattern. It only goes up to a large. Like, the packet comes in a small through a large, and the bust goes from the largest bust goes up to 42, waist 34, hip 44. Now obviously it's a caftan that has tons of ease in it. However, me sitting at, and you can see how it looks on me when I wear it, I'm 45, 40 waist, 52, and that's not the fullest part, like my belly area, but 52 for the hip. And it looks fine on me. Definitely, I wouldn't want a larger size or anything like that. But as you can tell the way it fit on me, if you are, you know, a couple sizes larger, something like that, then these measurements, this may not even work for you, even with all of the room that's in it. So yeah, that's kind of borderline. Yeah, you can play with it because, you know, it does have all of this ease and room built into the pattern, but I don't know, that can be questionable. Now, so far as the instructions for this, for view B, like I said, this pattern is super easy, guys, to put together. You do have this back facing piece, and you do put a button in the back, and I did add a button. I'll show you that, how that looks here in a moment. And then you have this front panel piece, which right now I don't have it tied. That is one thing that I was confused on. I saw the ties and I was like, oh, not paying attention. I'm thinking of the Charlie Caftan, because there's ties on that come from the panel that you cinch in around the waist. So I assumed when I saw that in the pattern instructions, oh, it's going to go around the waist. But as I was constructing it, I was like, how come the ties ain't coming out of the garment? Why is it inside the garment? And I was like, this is not making any sense, but we're going to roll with it. And so when I finished it and I put it on, I come to realize what you have to do is, when the dress is hiked up on you, that's when you tie it to you, so it's the ties aren't on the outside, and then that's how you kind of get that cinched in waist look here, and then you have the loose flowy look in the back. And so not that it tells you how to get into this thing or tie it up. Like most patterns, don't tell you how to like wear it. And so I know that, I don't know if that's weird for anybody, but the very first time I made a wrap dress, I didn't know how to put it on. And this was years ago, and I love wrap dresses, and it was a full wrap dress, and I was like, well, how do I put it on? Anyway, needless to say, that the ties, and I made sure I used the scrap of my fabric, you guys, to make sure I had the ties, because I'm thinking these ties are going to be on the outside of the garment. It don't even matter, because you can use ribbon or fabric to make the ties, and I used the fabric, which it really didn't matter, but that's okay. I was happy to use up the fabric. And so I like the way it fits. I like the way it looks. I like the length, even though initially when I had the pattern piece up to me, I'm like, why is this so long? I don't know if it's meant to, you know, maybe the length was measured in somebody who had on heels or something like that. I don't know. Or if it's made for somebody who is like 5'9" or taller. I don't know. But for 5'7", I thought the length was way too long. And so as I showed you, I end up cutting the shortening the length by 8 inches for the front and back, so I can use up all the fabric. But I figured that should be good enough anyway as a length on me, and it is. And so I'm going to show you the front and the back. So here's the front, and one thing I will say, I did not fold to the fold line, and I'm glad I did not, because if I did, this would go in even further and I will have a wider V. As it stands, I am happy with where this sits on me without having to wear a tank or a cami underneath. Now, one thing I can do is make this higher if, you know, if I wanted to or something, but I think I'm comfortable with the length of the V. That's not showing too much for me. That's just how I like to rock things. And so, like I said, this is not tied, so that's why it's not sitting up like this. And then in the back, I'm going to flip this inside out so you guys can see how your girl did too much. But if we look in the back, so if we look in the back, I have the loop with the button in the back, and then you have this here finished off. And again, I carefully just turned this under a couple times. And like I said, for the sleeve, same thing, turned it under twice to get that nice clean finish. And when I say this is very comfortable to wear in heat, it really is. And so let me turn this inside out real quick and show you. Okay, I've turned her inside out, and like I said, for this V, as you can tell from the front, I didn't fold it in to the fold line that it called for on the pattern. If I did, that would have made that V much wider, and I probably would have just worn a tank underneath. So I'm glad I did not take it all the way in like that. And like I said, here are the ties. So when you, before you put the bottom down, once you put it on, you take the ties and you tie this. You're tying this around your body, not around anything else. So it's just going around your body, and then that's how it will get cinched in up around this area underneath the bust. And so yeah, that's how you would do that. Again, I French seam. Let me just take you closer, because yeah, I was doing too much. Okay, so as you can tell, she is fully French seamed. I ran out of fabric for this one side of the bodice piece, and I had to stitch a piece there. And this is, you cannot tell, but this here is stitched together and up where it needed to attach at the shoulders where it's French seam. And so, yeah, on the inside, that part looks weird. But when I put this piece on, which is the panel piece in the front, what I did was, again, because I found that this fabric shifted so much, what I did, because you actually, because you cut out 2 panel pieces and you turn them in 5/8 of an inch, right? What I did was around the perimeter, I added that stay tape I told you guys about, so it wouldn't shift or move. And then I used heat bond and placed it over it first, and then I stitched around. I really needed this to be stabilized, because if I didn't do that, this would have looked all kinds of wonky. And as you can tell, everything is French seamed. Everything is French seamed. Sides French seamed, as you can tell. Center front seam, and my center back seam. See there, center back seam. It's French seam. Oh, and then you have the back facing piece. Which is fine. I did the whole interface method. That link to that video will be in the description box. How I do a clean finish on my interfacing. If I do decide to use back or front interfacing pieces, I just did that. So this could be a clean finished edge. And so I didn't tack it down here because this part is tacked down. So this here is a little loose. And again, this is because of this whole French seaming thing I was trying to do, and then I realized I was doing too much, because I did French seam this whole area, this square. But the good thing is you can't see how bad it looks, because I had to put this panel over the top of it. But underneath and on the outside, it looks fine. But when I tell you, yeah. Okay, so hopefully you can tell I've cinched her in. I tied her on the inside around Lady Dane, and so you can see this is middle part is not as you know, looks like it's hanging off on the sides. But anyway, so that is it. I think she turned out absolutely beautiful. You'll have to tell me what you think. I like, although you can't really see it or tell because I did use a busy print, I do like the gathering stitches you do into this front panel piece underneath the bust and below the front panel piece. So, and you can barely tell that there's a center front seam in the front or the back because of the print. And so so yeah, so keep that in mind if you do decide to make this. If you want that to be a feature, that seam, maybe you use a contrasting fabric here so you can tell that it's gathered in or something like that. But that is it. I absolutely love it. Like I said, if you get this fabric, just know, work or any other kind of drapey fabric like this, stabilize those outer seams before you turn things under so things don't shift, and it can sit well on you. So that's all I have. That is my review. This is dress number 4 of 10. If you missed the other dresses that I have completed so far, I will have the playlist pop up at the end of this video. You can go check those out, but stay tuned for the next video, because then you'll get dress number 5, which I'm quite excited about. And so yeah, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the video and the quick pictures and everything that I shared. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. I greatly appreciate it, and it helps the channel and this algorithm stuff. But anyway, all right, everybody, thank you again for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. You all have a blessed rest of your week, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.